Hey guys, welcome to the Boat Hairspring, Ivan here. Today I'm back with another Chinese special comparison video. On the left it's my absolutely incredible Omega Planet Ocean with white ceramic dial and an orange fully lumed ceramic bezel insert, while on the right you're looking at a Pagani Design Homage which I got from AliExpress a week ago. Needless to say that the Omega is miles ahead of the Pagani in terms of, well, everything, but you would be surprised by how well the Pagani does in this comparison, considering it's about 50 times cheaper. As I said, I got this Pagani watch from AliExpress. I bought it myself, it wasn't sent to me for free, nor was I given a discount. I paid €105 for it, but at the moment of recording this video it's a little bit cheaper, €102 regardless of the color you go for. I'll leave the link in the description. So you can choose between a blue dial with a blue-red bezel, a black dial with a black bezel and black rubber band, and the third option is the one that I have, which comes with a white dial. The black is probably the best option out of the three, but I'll tell you why a little bit later. The watch took exactly 10 days to arrive to Spain and it came well packaged. It looks like Pagani has upgraded their presentation, as the box the watch comes in is now bigger and a little bit nicer. Still nothing impressive, but it's still nice to see that Pagani is making some effort here. Besides the watch you get the usual stuff, a Pagani branded cleaning cloth, an unsigned warranty card, a plastic tag, and a tiny manual about how to set the time. Before we continue, let me announce my second giveaway. If you want to win this Pagani Design watch, simply subscribe to the channel in case you haven't already and leave a comment telling me what you think about it. That's all guys, you don't have to do anything else. I will pin the name of the winner in the comments of this video in 2 weeks time, that is on the 5th of June. Also check the description of this video for any additional info. So this Pagani is obviously an homage to the Omega Planet Ocean America's Cup limited edition, which was released last year. And as you can see, the Pagani looks awfully similar when it comes to the overall design and dimensions. Here it is next to my orange bezel Planet Ocean, and guys, I'm surprised to say that the Pagani doesn't look bad at all. Keep in mind that the Omega has a retail price of €6,500, so to say that the Pagani looks alright next to it, it's one heck of a compliment. The dimensions of the Pagani are also pretty much identical to Omega's, with the exception of the case diameter, which is 42mm. The Omega is 43.5, but when you put both watches side by side, you can't really see that 1mm of a difference. Then the Pagani is also 16mm thick and the lug-to-lug distance is almost 49mm, just like the Omega. However, the spacing between the lugs on the Pagani is standard 20mm, while the one on the Omega is 21mm. As you can imagine, the lug distance of 49mm greatly helps with wearability, especially if you have smaller wrists like mine. Here you can see the Pagani on my 17cm or 6.7 inch wrist. It looks very nice in my opinion, although I have to admit that it doesn't feel very comfortable due to the rubber strap being a bit stiff. And you know, the strap is probably one of the biggest drawbacks of the watch, as it feels cheap and plastic. I've worn this Pagani at work for over 8 hours without taking it off, and I found myself having to reposition it every now and then, simply because it wouldn't stay where I wanted it to stay. Plus the quality of the fabric that's on top of the rubber is not of the greatest quality either. For that reason guys, if you get this watch you'll probably end up replacing the strap. I don't think this is a deal breaker, but definitely something that needed to be mentioned. And since this is a comparison video, here is how the Omega looks on my wrist. The bracelet guys is simply amazing, it's really comfortable, it feels very solid and it's well finished as well. The clasp, as you probably already know, is an incredible piece of engineering, fully milled with a diverse extension and a quick adjust mechanism. I have a full review of this watch on the channel, so feel free to check it out. Now let's talk about the build quality and the finishing of the Pagani. Guys, for €100 I have to admit that the build quality is very good. The whole case is made of 316L steel and you get a screw down crown and a screw down exhibition case back. However, the water resistance rating is only 100 meters. And while it should be enough for swimming, it makes you wonder, what does the thing at 10 o'clock that looks like a helium escape valve do then? Well, this is the negative number 2. It does absolutely nothing, you can unscrew it if you wish, but it's not real, and that's why I find it a bit annoying. I mean, I'm certain I'll never use the one on the Planet Ocean, but at least I know it's not there just for design purposes. Here is a closer look at the finishing. The vertical brushing looks good, and so do the polished bezels that run through the flanks of the case. I know that many people hate on such watches, but the fact that they can offer such quality for so little money is very impressive in my opinion, as not everyone is willing to drop 5,000 euro on a watch. That being said, if you are willing to spend so much money, then get the Planet Ocean, because while the Pagani is okay in terms of fit and finish, the Omega is exceptional, and here is a close-up of that brushing on the side of the case. I'm sure you guys will agree that it's absolutely flawless. Next, let's talk about the dial of the Pagani. It sits behind a thick piece of double-domed sapphire crystal, which I believe doesn't have any air undercoating as it's quite reflective. Then the dial itself is white, but not as white as Omega's. And I'm not sure it can be appreciated on camera, but it has a bluish hue when compared to my Planet Ocean. The printing on the dial is sharp and the applied indices are well executed. However guys, I'm not a fan of the hour hand as I don't think it matches the rest of the handset. Some other differences that you can see here are that the date window is at 6 o'clock opposed to 3 o'clock on the Omega, the applied markers on the Pagani are shorter, and the font of the Arabic indices is also different. Omega's dial on the other hand is gorgeous, it's made out of ceramic, the printing is even sharper, and the applied faceted rhodium plated hour markers reflect the light in a way that make the watch look even more premium. What else can I tell you? I absolutely love the broad arrow hands, I just like the way they look, and I find them very legible. With Omega you also get an applied logo at 12 o'clock, and the sapphire crystal has AR coating on both sides, which in certain situations makes the watch look like it doesn't have a crystal at all. Another aspect of both watches I would like to compare are the bezels. Both feature 120 click bezels with ceramic bezel inserts. The difference is that the one on the Omega is fully lumed and its action is much better. It has the right amount of resistance, the clicks are well defined, and it has no backplay. When it comes to the Pagani, the bezel action is its third negative. It feels cheap as turning it around requires no effort at all, and it also has a lot of backplay. Another issue with the bezel is that it's a bit misaligned, and as you can see mine stays attached to the right. Personally it doesn't bother me as I don't expect perfection from a 100 euro AliExpress watch. And guys, at the beginning I told you that you should probably go for the black model, and that's because it's the only one that doesn't have red on the insert. You see, the problem here is that the red portion is painted on top of the ceramic. It doesn't look that bad in person, but I'm pretty sure it will start to go off very soon. Other than that, the insert is actually of a very decent quality. As I mentioned a moment ago, the Omega has a fully lumed bezel insert, and here you can see both watches next to each other. Omega uses a bicolor application of Super Luminova. You get BGW9 on the bezel, our markers, and our hand, while the minute hand and the PIPA 12 are filled with C3. As I've said in the full review, this Omega is one of the watches with the best lume I've ever handled. On the contrary, the Pagani Design doesn't use Super Luminova, but it's not the typical recycled Chinese street paint that we are used to seeing either. The initial glow is strong, but it fades away rather quickly. However, it remains visible for a few hours in complete darkness, which is not bad. And as you can see, Pagani has also went for a bicolor lume, blue for the handset and green for the hour markers. Moving on, there is just one thing left to talk about, and that is the movement. The Pagani comes with the respectable Seiko NH35 movement inside, which is a true workhorse, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. Obviously, it doesn't come anywhere near the Metas certified 8900 in-house caliber of the Omega, which is rhodium plated and anti-magnetic to 15,000 Gauss. And in the case of the Omega, I do appreciate the exhibition case back, as the movement is nicely decorated and much better looking than most movements in watches in the same price range. So I don't really have much left to discuss, guys. I do appreciate watches like Pagani as they are cheap, fun, and they allow people who don't want to spend big money on a watch to experience popular designs. I have to admit I'm surprised how well built this Pagani is, getting a double dome sapphire crystal, a Seiko NH35, a ceramic bezel insert and a decent finishing for 100 euro, I reckon is a pretty sweet deal. Before you decide to buy though, you may also want to consider this new release from Bure. It's more expensive, but judging by the reviews I've seen, it has an even better finishing and build quality. I'm waiting for the green one to become available again, so stay tuned as I'll review it as soon as I can get one. And that's the end of today's video, guys. Thank you for staying until the end, hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to enter the giveaway and also consider following me on Instagram as I post daily. When it comes to my future videos, you can expect some new Casio, G-Shock and Microbrands reviews coming in the following weeks. As always, thank you for watching, good luck with the giveaway, and I'll see you in the next one.